This particular chapter is entitled Ideal Family Life. And first, we're going to hear Prabhupada's chapter summary. Then we will go and study one which I consider the most important verse of the chapter. So please follow along. And the best way to follow along, turn off your cell phones so that you don't get distracted. Because this whole science of Krishna consciousness is based on hearing and chanting. And if you hear and chant with rapt attention, you get the most out of it. So, this chapter is Narada Muni answering the questions of Yudhishthira. The entire chapter is spoken at the Rajasuya sacrifice of Yudhishthira. Before the battle of Kurukshetra, Yudhishthira performed the Rajasuya sacrifice, indicating he was emperor of the world. So during that Rajasuya sacrifice, Shishupal got destroyed by Krishna because the prophecy had been there that Shishupal would blaspheme Krishna 100 times. Then after that, Krishna would kill. So it was at that occasion when Shishupal objected why Krishna should be selected first person to be worshipped. Because Sahadev and Bhishma said, oh, this Agura Puja, the best person, the first person should be Krishna. So Bhishma Dev said, and Sahadev, that's Yudhishthira's brother, younger brother, they both gave very good explanation. Now keep in mind, in the Rajasuya sacrifice were so many kings and powerful rishis. Even the demigods were there. Lord Shiva was there. And other demigods were at the sacrifice. So when Bhishma Dev and Sahadev said the best person, the first person to be worshipped should be Krishna, nobody objected except Shishupal. And Shishupal said many derogatory things. And Krishna was patiently hearing, keeping score. And finally, the 100th time, Krishna took out his ultimate weapon, Sudarshan Chakra, and cut off the head of Shishupal. And then everybody saw the Atma, the spirit soul, come out of Shishupal's body like a meteor and enter the body of Krishna. So everyone, wow. They all saw it. So Narada was questioned by Yudhishthira. Can you explain this? What? And Narada said yes. So Narada explained that this was the third time that Krishna had killed, because Shishupal is actually Jai Vijay. They took 3 births as demons. First, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. We'll hear about Hiranyaksha later tonight, just before Arti. Then they took birth as Ravan and Kumbhakarna. Then this third birth, Dantavakra and Shishupal. So the curse was over. And so Shishupal entered Krishna's body, and then from there back to Vaikuntha, back to his post as Jai Vijay at the 7th gate of Vaikuntha. So after hearing from Narada about the first birth as Hiranyakashipu, there is a discussion in 5 chapters about Varna Ashram. That's chapters 11 through 15. Yudhishthira hearing from Narada about Varnashram. So this chapter, Grihastha-ashram. Are you ready? Say Hare Krishna. So this is Prabhupada's chapter summary. This chapter describes the occupational duties of the householder according to time, country, and performer. When Yudhishthira Maharaj became very much inquisitive about the occupational duties for the householder, Narada Muni advised that a Grihastha's first duty is to be fully dependent on Vasudeva. Everybody say, Vasudeva. Or Krishna. So that's our first duty. According to Narada, we're all, anybody brahmachari here? Oh, some of you are. But you will soon be Grihasthas, I'm sure. Are you taking sannyas? Maybe. So for most of us, this is the instruction. Fully dependent on Vasudeva. And try to satisfy Krishna in all respects by executing one's prescribed devotional service. That's the same thing Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. That whether you're a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, or Shudra, doesn't matter. You can become perfect executing your prescribed duties and worshiping Krishna. Both have to be there. Not just executing your duties. That's not enough. You have to worship Krishna. And let's see. Nimai Charan, how do you chiefly worship Krishna in the age of Kali? The chief means Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Eva Kevalam. So keep in mind, chanting is your first duty as householder. Chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because that's the chief means of worshiping Krishna in the age of Kali. That's exactly stated by Lord Chaitanya in his Shikshastakam prayers. This devotional service will depend on the instructions of authorities and the association of devotees who are actually engaged in devotional service. The beginning of devotional service, Shravanam, or hearing. One must hear from the mouths of realized souls. In this way, the Grihastha's attraction to his wife and children will gradually be reduced. As for the maintenance of the family, a Grihastha, while earning what he requires for his living, must be very conscientious and must not undergo extraordinary endeavor simply to accumulate money and not unnecessarily increase in material comforts. So, you should work hard, but not over endeavor. What's an over endeavor? An over endeavor means I'm working so hard I don't have time to chant. I'm working so hard I don't have time to come to Namahat. I am working so hard that I don't have time to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. If these are your excuses, then you're over endeavoring. There must be balance. Yes, you're entitled to live comfortably. Om, do you live comfortably? Okay. So, you're living comfortably, but also you must chant Hare Krishna, come to Namahat, go to temple, associate with devotees. Although a Grihastha should externally be very active in earning his livelihood, internally should be situated as a fully self-realized person without attachment for material gains. His dealings with family members or friends should be performed simply to fulfill their purpose. One should not extravagantly engage in this way. Instructions from family members and society should be accepted superficially, but in essence, the Grihastha should be engaged in occupational duties advised by spiritual master and Shastra. So, according to what Prabhupada says here, you should have a spiritual master, either Shiksha or Diksha Guru, or you can have both. Specifically, a Grihastha should engage in agricultural activities to earn money. Well, that's not possible for us. We're all suburbanites. But ideally, that would be nice. But we're not so trained, are we? No. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Krishi Goraksha Vanijam, agriculture, cow protection, and trade. So your family is pretty good. Are they doing cow protection? Very good. Are special duties of Grihasthas. If by chance or by the grace of the Lord more money comes, it should be properly engaged for the Krishna consciousness movement. One should not be eager to earn more money simply for sensual pleasure. A Grihastha should always remember that one who is endeavoring to accumulate more money than necessary, keep that in mind, more money than necessary, is to be considered a thief and is punishable by the laws of nature. So just like you don't overeat, you eat nicely, correct? But if you overeat, what happens? You get sick. So in the same way, earn money, but don't get sick by earning that money. And we know people are like that. They're trying to make so much money, they wind up killing themselves. What was the point? Right. So earn what you need to live comfortably, take care of the children, yes, but not over. Make time for Krishna. Make time for hearing and chanting about Krishna. A Grihastha should be very much affectionate toward lower animals, birds and bees. And now I hear, now there's a crisis. We're running out of bees. Did you know about that? Yes. Running out of bees, and we're slowly destroying all the insects. I saw the report. Could be catastrophic. Somehow or other, the demons are wiping out all the insects. Not good. A Grihastha should not indulge in killing animals or birds for sense gratification. So, no hunting excursions. No. No fishing. No. He should provide the necessities of life even to the dogs and the lowest creatures. And so, I guess it's okay. But elsewhere it says the dog shouldn't be in the house. But it says here, provide the necessities of life even to the dogs and the lowest creatures, and should not exploit others for sense gratification. Factually, according to the instructions of Srimad Bhagavatam, every Grihastha is a great communist. That's Prabhupada's words. Great communist who provides the means of living for everyone. Whatever a Grihastha may possess, he should equally distribute to all living entities without discrimination. The best process is to distribute prasad. So, Om, are we going to distribute prasad today? Very good. My wife can tell you stories how years ago she used to cook and bring stuff to her office, and they would come all day, the lawyers, What's that? And eat. Right? Yes. A Grihastha should not be very much attached to his wife. He should engage even his own wife in serving a guest with all attention. Whatever money a Grihastha accumulates by the grace of God, he should spend in 5 activities. So listen up. Namely, worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, receiving Vaishnavas and saintly persons, distributing prasad to the general public and to all living entities, offering prasad to the forefathers, so that's the Shraddha ceremony, and offering prasad to one's own self. Very good. That's the easiest one, right? Everyone can do that. Right. So just see how important prasad is. And in Lord Chaitanya's movement, prasad was integral. Chanting, dancing, feasting. That was Lord Chaitanya's religion. Chanting, dancing, feasting. But it should be Krishna prasad. Right, Krishna Kumar? Grihasthas should always be ready to worship everyone, as mentioned above. The Grihastha should not eat anything not offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As it is said in Bhagavad Gita, Yagya-shiksha santo muchyante sarva kilbishai. The devotees of the Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food that is first offered for sacrifice. So, who's going to do the... where is Ananda Vrindavan? You can do the offering and you can do the artik, please. Probably. I can't say for sure, but yeah, not after 4 hours. Yeah. Yeah. The Grihasthas should also visit the holy places of pilgrimage mentioned in the Puranas. In this way, he should fully engage in worshiping the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the benefit of his family, society, country, and humanity at large. End of part 1. Don't touch that dial. Everybody chant the Maha Mantra.